Hello, how are we doing? Happy New Year. Oh my God, literally Happy New Year. First video of the new year. I want to start out with this new year. It's low-key an ins and outs video, except it's only outs. It's things that piss me off. So I guess it's not ins and out at all. I'm gonna try to do something positive and uplifting for the last one. I had a pin at some point so I can cross out everything that I hate. Also, if anyone's watching this video and they're like, this is such a non-issue, good thing I'm not writing up a petition for Congress, okay? I know it's not that deep. I don't care. I'm just talking about things that pisses me off, okay? Some of these things piss me off and I do them as well, okay? That doesn't make it any less irritating, okay? And if you do any of these things that pisses me off, just know I hate you. Can we start now? First one, my cats, when they scream. They start screaming at 3 a.m. because they want food. And that does piss me off. There's not much more to say about that. I love my cats. They're gorgeous, they're cute, they're sweet, they're nice. They're not nice. I take this nice part back. They're not even sweet, but they are cute. Begging dogs. Ooh, dogs when they beg. They really annoy me. Dogs in general irritate me more than cats do. Actually, that's not true. I think I can be equally irritated by any living creature. But when a dog is jumping on me, so I pet him, it pisses me off if I'm wearing a cute outfit. If I'm wearing tights, if I'm wearing a sheer dress, and you just came outside in the mud, oh my God. Fucking dogs that are begging, that are jumping on you, that just fucking need attention every 5 seconds. They're cute, and I do always pet them. So how about that? Ooh, begging men. That makes it sound like I'm about to be a terrible person and talk negatively about homeless people, but I'm not. When I say begging men, I mean guys that just are so desperate for your attention. I saw a lot of these guys downtown on New Year's Eve. Oh my God, they were everywhere, all trying to get laid for the New Year's, right? Okay, want to know how you get laid? Be hot, be cool, be seductive, and buy a bitch a drink. That's how you get laid. You don't grab every single woman by the pussy and pull them into you while they're trying to walk by. I'm barely fucking exaggerating. I would be walking through the street and there's a bunch of lines to get into bars, and so I have to walk through the lines and shit to get where I'm going, and I have multiple guys just trying to pull me into them. I'm not going to turn my head and say, well, wait, is he cute first? No, you lost the privilege of at least being cute. Begging men. A guy that doesn't hear no the first time. Who are you? Oh, well, now because you asked me 5 times to sleep with you, I will. Are you kidding me? Also, that's the other thing. I really do think a lot of men, and if this isn't true, then I wasn't talking about you, okay? But I really do think a lot of men truly do think that women are made for them. They truly think that because the way they talk about women all the time. It's like subtle little things about women that don't want to be moms. It shocks them. It's like, why wouldn't you want to have my kids? Or I want to put a baby in you. Like that whole thing, it's like, women have this natural innate nature to take care of things. It's like a guy will be asking you out or something, and if you decline, they're like, well, fuck you then. It's like, is it possible that I am my whole total own separate interesting entity, and that you and I are nothing, and we would never be, and we would never be? Guys I've been called a mean girl, or been called vapid by men and boys, right? Because I have a specific level of standards I want. That's something else that pisses me off. People that don't have standards, or people that want me to drop my standards so that I could be in a relationship. Like, oh, you really want to be in a relationship? Well, you need to accept that guys will be guys. No, because guys will cheat on you, and guys will hurt you, and guys will scream at you and all that stuff. And when you inevitably break up, or you can take it. Lots of women are in relationships with guys that cheat and hurt them and scream at them all the time. And they'll post it on the internet, and then they'll be upset with you for telling them to leave that fuck ass loser. Just because you have low standards doesn't mean that I want to have low standards as well. Okay? Especially because I'm a realistic person. The first person I go on a date with, the first boyfriend I ever have, I'm not going to sit here and assume it's going to last forever. I'm a realist. We just started dating. I have no idea what the future holds. I doubt it's going to end up with us being married. And who even knows how long this marriage is going to be, right? So if I lower my standard and I go out with a guy that was begging for my attention because he thinks he deserves it, and then later down the line we break up, or he breaks up with me, I'm gonna be so pissed because I'm gonna be like, you don't even meet my standards and you're breaking up with me? That's how I feel when guys don't want to go on a second date with me. I've been on a date with a guy before and it didn't, I thought it went okay, but I knew I was never gonna go on another date with this person. And then he later saw my TikToks or my Instagram story, and I was not talking about him fondly because I didn't care about the guy. And he was like, why wouldn't date? I don't want to go on another date with you. You're a mean girl. And I remember thinking, nigga, I was never going to go on another date with you in the first place. Lower your standards for 5 seconds, and guys, for whatever reason, think they're equal to you. Something else. Oh, I actually have it here somewhere. Let me find it so I can cross it off. Oh, people that comment on my TikTok that they don't agree with me. Yeah, this actually bleeds into that perfectly. First of all, if you don't agree with me, shut up. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. I think it's okay to disagree. I think it's okay to disagree. I don't feel like listening to you trying to convince me to believe in what you believe in. I don't. I've already decided what I believed in, and my opinion's not going to change just because you have a distortion you want to read me. A distortion you want to read me. That's not the correct word I'm looking for, but whatever. An essay you want to read me. Your argumentative essay. I don't care. Or more than that, I do care. I just disagree. And life went on, and life went on. So with that being said, just because you come across my TikTok and you disagree with what I'm saying, doesn't mean you need comments on it. Let me bring up the TikTok, for example. I had a TikTok, and I was like, I hate it when women propose to men. And everyone was like, this is such a non-issue. Yeah, it was such a non-issue that you had to type it out. Great. Other people are saying that I'm setting women back. I'm setting women back by saying women shouldn't propose to men. This is not an opinion what I'm about to say. This is a fact. Men benefit in majority of relationships. Heterosexual relationships. Men in relationships are treated way better than women in relationships. And that's just in general because of the patriarchy and sexism and yada, 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 right? And I'm not going to say here things that piss me off. The patriarchy. Like, bitch, girl, shut the fuck up. No one cares. Literally no one cares. I have a necklace that says Hex the Patriarchy, and I was working at Walgreens one day, and this old ass ugly Caucasian motherfucker comes up. I'm helping him out. I'm customer servicing with a smile, and he looks at my necklace, he says, yeah, well, we'll see how that happened for the past 4,000 years. Well, he said, and then he walks away. Doesn't say thank you anything. And I'm like, can you imagine if I said something like Hex white supremacy, and he said the same thing? It's the same thing. Patriarchy, white supremacy, they go interlong. They interlink together. Interlink. Something, the sunset, interlink, whatever that monologue is. Interlink. But they are interlinked. And also, Hex the patriarchy, fuck the patriarchy. It's hurting you too, you dumb motherfucker. That's why you're dressed that way. The patriarchy puts you in ugly khaki pants. So yeah, I said that. And so many women in here and men all the men want their girls to propose to them. And all the women want to propose to their boyfriends. And to that, I say, you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's a TikTok. It was a 6 or 7 second long TikTok. Do whatever you want to do. Propose to your boyfriend. And then you tell me who's more happy in the marriage. Who benefits more in the marriage. Second of all, what I was also going to say is, I never ever once in my life said that I thought women and men were equal. I feel like it's very clear from the way I act, from the way I dress, from the way I look at men, that I think I am better than them. I think 2 great men equals 1 good woman. Literally. So if you ever see me in a polyamorous relationship, just know it's MWM. So I do want to put a little disclaimer. I love men. My father's a man, okay? Let's keep going. Clicking sounds that I don't make. Yeah, I don't like hearing clicking sounds that I don't make. I think that's very clear. It just irritates me. It's like I don't like hearing smacking sounds and chewing sounds and breathing noises. I don't like a noise that isn't mine. I don't even like my own noises sometimes. I don't like to listen to myself breathe, and I think that's okay. If I could hold my breath, I would. Okay, not having a dick to sling around. Oh, yeah. I kind of do want a dick to sling around. I feel like that's kind of a vibe. Like, I've been reading a whole lot of yaoi recently. I've been reading the Game Changer series, and sometimes I'm like, I want to be involved, but I also want to keep a coochie as well, and a uterus and everything. So if there was a procedure to just elongate my clit, I guess, yeah, I'm down. I don't know. I'd have to see how many other people have done it first, understand the science and everything, and then I think I'd be into it. I think that's kind of hot. Can you imagine going down on someone, like they take their pants off and it was best of both worlds down there and an asshole? What? Listening to other people hum. I feel like that goes back to clicking sounds. People in expensive cars that don't drive well. Ooh, you're telling me you're driving around a fucking, what are those luxury trucks? You're driving a monster truck down a neighborhood. You can't see any kid that crosses the street, and you want to cut in front of me? I'm gonna assume you have a you because of the truck you're driving. And me telling behind you, you better assume I have one as well, nigga. Okay, I'm joking. That leads into my other one, Teslas. And when I say Teslas, I don't just mean Cybertrucks. People are getting those stupid bumper stickers saying, before I knew what was wrong with Elon Musk. I'm so quirky like that. Elon Musk has always publicly been a racist. Maybe you're too ignorant to know that. That's something else that pisses me off. I'm actually going to write that down because I didn't. Ignorance. And then I'm going to cross it out as well. Yeah. Elon Musk has always been a racist. Okay? Either you didn't care and you bought a Tesla anyway, or you didn't know. And it's not like buying a Tesla isn't a total choice. It's a luxury car. It's a fancy, expensive ass fucking car. Celebrity worship. I think that goes down. That goes well with Teslas as well. Listen to me. There's no one on this planet or out of this world that is better than me. And than you, for that matter. So stop worshiping man. They're just a person. The parasocial of it all is freaky. I understand admiring celebrities. I understand posters. I want to put posters on there. But some of you guys, that is pure worship. And it is scary. It's like the whole false idols of it all. And I'm not saying that as a Christian woman. I'm saying that as a woman that is afraid for you. If you're okay with it, worshiping celebrities, then okay, but sometimes that even leans into ignorance because a celebrity will say something and you'll just listen to it and say okay, or you'll have an opinion like people that do this is bad, and then you find out that your celebrity friend does that and you're like, well, people that do this is bad except for that celebrity. It's like, no, have some standards. Once again, have some standards. Walk with artists on TikTok. So there's this thing you can do as a creator on TikTok called Walk with Artists. It's cute. It's cool. You know, whenever you see a TikTok sound that is like super trendy for no reason, it may be because people are paid to make a TikTok. I've been paid to make TikToks about songs and bullshit. You get paid after the fact. It all depends on how many views and likes you get. And if you get more views, you get more money. And if you don't get enough views, you get nothing. Whatever, right? So it's kind of a gamble. Hopefully you go viral. Hopefully you're number one. I'm not white, so I've never been number one. But I've been in the top 15. The top 15 before, which makes me happy because I get $100 out of it. Yay. $100 for a silly TikTok. That's fantastic for me. Shoot. One thing that does irritate me about it, though, is that there's these requirements And I will be making those requirements. I will do the requirements. And they say, this didn't meet all of our requirements. It's like, yes, it did. Oh, it doesn't meet your requirements? Delete. Fuck your song. I hope it never goes on charts. Okay. Accidentally reloading on TikTok. I hate accidentally reloading on TikTok. Pisses me off. Okay. Flip-flops when it's too cold outside. Yeah, it's cold. Put your toes away. And with that with that being there, ashiness. Let me write that on so I can cross it out. Yeah, being ashy. Usually if you're in flip-flops and it's cold outside, your feet's gonna be a little dry. Your feet looks ashy. There's nothing grosser than ashy feet. Out of every part of your body that could be ashy. I even understand knees being ashy. Like, what if you're a mom and you had to get in the knees to talk to your kid? You put lotion on earlier, it's been a long day, and now your knees are a little ashy from that. I understand. Knees get ashy fast. So do elbows, right? My elbows are super dry. I have to be like this when I add my fucking lotion and just like, ugh, right? But ashiness, like on your toes, I'm like, ooh, you missed a spot. It's moving hands on screen. Ooh, I was just doing a lot of that. You may notice that when I'm talking to you guys, my hands are below my screen. Sometimes I go around and I do this, but I don't like doing this too much. I'm in Hamlet, nigga. Thrust their hands in the air, thus. No, something gently. Whatever. If you read Hamlet, you know the goddamn monologue. Okay? Sit on your hands if you have to in a video. Doing this over and over again. I understand this is supposed to get people's attention on screen. But when I'm watching it, it literally grosses me out. Like, seeing all your fingers. Yeah. Spitting sounds. I think that can go back to the clicking sounds. Except if it's on Crin. Have you guys heard of that audio erotica app, Crin? Ember and Ice? What other MP3 files is on this app? There, they do have a lot of spitting sounds, and I don't hate it. Pornhub, you can't get it in Georgia, guys. You gotta get creative. Ads. I spelled ads wrong. I spelled ad, like subtract. But I know I mean ads. They're everywhere. And you're paying for them too. That's the thing. It's not like I'm using a free app. I'm on Netflix, which I pay for. Or HBO, which I pay for. Or Hulu, which I pay for. Or Prime, which I pay for. I actually don't pay for any of these. Peacock, I do pay for that. AMC Plus, I do pay for that. Ads? I'm already paying for you. What more do you want to sell me? I can't afford it. I don't want it. And they're all over TikTok. They're all over Pinterest. Oh my God, Pinterest, you need to do something about that. Because it's not like, I know other people have created apps. It's just like Pinterest, but less ads. Want to know why there's less ads on it? Because no one wants to sell on your app. Because this app doesn't have enough things on it, okay? I'm so sorry. Your starter Pinterest app knockoff isn't as good as the real Pinterest. Like, I don't want a knockoff Pinterest. I want Pinterest. I want it back. I feel like I'm fucking Zuko. Annoying voices. Oh wow, the way I said that was kind of annoying. Some of you guys probably stopped watching this video because you found my voice annoying, and I'm okay with that. There's some people that have a habit of always going up at the end of their sentences. That will smack at the end of the sentences. Like whenever they're talking, you'll hear at some point. No, I'd rather the saliva build up in your mouth and you pause and you swallow and then you talk again. So when there's too much saliva in your mouth and you get the strings, the James Charles mouth strings, ugh. When I'm not the best dressed in the room. Ooh. I want to at least be top 3, okay? I always am shooting for 1. I'm okay being on par. Maybe everyone is a 10 there and I'm also a 10. But if everyone's a 10 and then I'm at 9, I'm going home and I'm changing. Or I'm going to be thinking of going home and changing. It's even worse if the best person there, the best dressed person there is skinnier than me. Okay, fuck ass men. I feel like we talked about this already. I put it on there twice. Oh, begging men and then fuck ass men. You know what? Yeah, this is a different story. Fuck ass men. Fuck ass men aren't begging men. Begging men are the people that think women are made for them, right? Fuck ass men are somehow Warsaw, because they do still think women are made for them. But there's almost like an evil streak to them. Women are made for them and also less than them. And I, the woman, would be lucky to be with them, the man. What? Has anyone ever looked at a woman dating a man and said, oh, she's so lucky? No, lucky guy. You're a lucky guy, not you're a lucky woman. What? I, once again, was downtown, New Year's Eve, trying to get in the club. Oh, it was New Year's Day, I guess, at this point. Trying to get into the club to meet up with some friends. They were plastered. I wasn't drinking that much, which is good because I feel like if I was drinking more this day, I wouldn't have been able to drive home, which would have sucked. But also, I would have been more mad at the situation. But since I was sober, able to be like, because drunk men can be very dangerous, it ends up. Did you guys realize this? Drunk men can be a little dangerous. Let's research the Prohibition era. What was that all about? I was in line, and these two guys cut in front of me. There's this big group of little white girls in front of me from Lincoln, Georgia, or some shit. Two guys joined them. One is another white guy. I think he was white. And one was some black guy. And the black guy goes, talks to some white girl, shocked. The white guy goes and talks to another white girl. And while he's talking to her, he's talking like this. Literally, he's moving around so much. So not only did he wedge himself in front of me in line, in a packed line that's not moving very fast, he's also moving forward and back. I did not step up to him. I stepped back as I can't step back because there's also people behind me. But anytime they would step forward, I would not step ahead of them. Does that make sense? I would give us some space. And anytime there was more space given, he took that as an opportunity to move around even more. And he kept on bumping into my fucking face and my chest and my shoulders. And it pissed me off. So at some point, I was like, hey, you're bumping into me. Can you stop, please? All you have to do is not bump into me. It's not hard. I know it's not hard because no one behind me was complaining about me bumping into them because I didn't bump into them. He turns around, drunk, slurring his words, looking at me like I wasn't. First of all, I'm sorry. My makeup looks good today. My makeup looked fab that day as well. My hair looked great. My hair was laid. Okay? My tits were to my chin. My dress was this long, and I had a fabulous coat, fabulous boots. My gloves matched my fabulous boots. I'm saying I looked good. He looked at me like I was nothing, which is how I know he's a fuck-ass man specifically, because not only is every woman made for him, but every woman would be lucky to have him, even though, well, actually, wait, we're going to get there. There's so many things. Or maybe not literally matching, but like, you know, cheetah girls kind of match, like that style of matching jackets with his homeboy. He's upset with me. He's like, I don't know, I'm moving. You may be like, what did he say? What did he say? That's what he said. That's what he said. I deciphered it to be, I'm in my own bubble. I'm not moving. And he was literally starting to complain to me. And I'm just like, all I am saying, I literally do this. I'm like, all I am saying is that you keep bumping into me. I'm asking you not to bump into me. And as I have to explain to this drunk man to give me some personal space, not even give me personal space, just to not bump into me again. Fine, my anger was building up so much. I literally was like, don't scream, Sailor. Don't scream. Don't scream. We're not going to fight with somebody. We're going to go in the club. We're going to dance to this terrible music. Awful music. Let me add this to the list so I can cross it off. Clubs that play shit music. Eclipse. Oh my God. Can you get a DJ from this century? Why is an old man playing music for 20-year-olds? Because clearly he doesn't know what's in. He's playing mid-2000s music all night long. And maybe if we were having a mid-2000s night, that would be fun. But if we weren't, it was New Year's Eve. There have been songs that came out in this past year you could have played. The only song I heard that he played that came out this year was Sticky by Tyler, the Creator. And then, guess what song he played that made me want to blow my... I can't say everything on YouTube. That made me want to leave. Baby by Justin Bieber. What are we doing right now? Why are we playing baby at the club? There's so many. I'm okay. I paid $20 to listen to Justin Bieber's Baby. Woo. But yeah, anyways, his friends going back outside to being in line with some guy about to scream at me because I asked him not to bump into me. That's the other thing. So many guys have started, gotten really comfortable. Maybe they've always been this way, but really comfortable with raising the voice at me. No reason. And I'm just like, you're a man. You're talking to a woman right now. Treat me with some fucking respect. You don't yell at women. You don't. Because this is the other thing. If you're going to live in a situation where you're like, well, the patriarchy is like this because it's a reason, because men are designed stronger and more powerful than women. If you really think that, why would you need to yell at me? You're already bigger. Is your height not enough? Is your muscles not enough to frighten me into submission? You need to scream as well. And then you realize I'm still not frightened by your bitch ass. You fuck ass man. And maybe it's because the guy that was yelling at me in line, he and I were the same height, so we were in this bitch competition. I don't know. I feel like a lot more men could have a whole lot more sex if they were just a better man. It's not that women don't want to have sex with men anymore. I know that's like what they were trying to make it sound like this is such a lonely generation of men. Men are so lonely. Why are women making men so lonely? They're making themselves lonely. Everyone wants to have sex. That didn't suddenly change. This isn't a generation of people like this is the biggest generation of virgins. It's not because everybody wants to be a fucking virgin. It's because what am I doing sleeping with a man? I'm not a virgin, but I felt like it was important that you guys know. I'm not a virgin. Not me. But for the virgins out there, you know what I'm saying? No, but I haven't had sex in like fuck ass men piss me off. Milk. It does. I'm lactose. Something I just have to accept within myself. You hear a grrr, and you realize, shoot, am I gonna be sitting in the toilet for an hour now? Settling. Oh, I already talked about this. Yeah, I wouldn't settle because if we ever break up that I settled for in the first place, I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm just gonna be mad. Don't settle, don't settle, don't settle. And I mean that for everything. Obviously, if you fall in love with someone and it's real love and he's not as hot as you pictured him, that's fine, because when you look at him, you're still gonna only see the sexiest guy ever because you love him, right? But if you notice still he's not the sexiest guy ever, why are you with him? He wouldn't be with you, bitch. Be with someone who brings something to your life, because you're bringing something to his. AI, yeah, fuck AI. AI pisses me off. And someone here was like, well, AI does XYZ and and it helps so many people. Okay, but no one's using it for that. People are using it to Photoshop crocodiles in their pictures and make stupid memes and make terrible music and produce low quality bullshit and make movies cheaper. Okay, we have spent billions of dollars in the movie and film industry, right? Why are we suddenly getting cheap? Did we run out of money? Did the money run out? No, you're just not giving it to the artists. No one watched WALL-E growing up. You guys are the villains in WALL-E. Sports. Oh. It's not that sports pisses me off, but sometimes the way people view sports, that pisses me off. I enjoy sports. If you invite me to a sports game, I will always say yes. I see the storyline in sports. I fucking love wrestling or whatever it's called, okay? I love watching hockey players stretch. Football, I love it when they bump into each other and they tussle around on the ground. Golf, I like the way the tiny hips twist. Swimming, I like them when they take their shorts off. I love sports. I don't like that people think sports are better than insert thing that women like fashion and makeup and clothing or fashion, whatever. It's another hobby that people enjoy that also has a fucking $1 billion industry attached to it. I be pretending like one is better than the other. When you start walking around naked, living with people, yeah. I've had some shitty roommates. I live with my sister now. Love living with my sister. I kind of imagine living by myself now. I think that would be fun. When I was saying this, I think I mainly was thinking of my roommates. Ugh. Oh my God. Being roommates with your friend is either going to make you or break you. Okay? With me, it made us. We were fine friends. Afterwards, we were even closer. Not saying we never had disagreements. I'm the type of person that will not argue with my roommate. I really won't. I will say something I expect it to be done and call it a day. And it worked both ways, right? But we were very chill living with each other. Everything pretty much worked out easily. My other roommates, who I was not friends with, they did think that I know it wasn't just to piss me off, but it was out of laziness. They would either never clean the restroom ever. That's disgusting. They would adopt 15 cats, I'm barely exaggerating, and let them shit everywhere. I understand cats, you can't control that. My cats are having a pissing issue right now. I get that. You have to clean up after them. And she put them all in the living room, so I didn't have a living room for a little bit. And there was shit everywhere because she didn't clean out the litter box. You would walk down the hallway and the smell, the way the kitchen looked, it was a hellhole. I had never lived in a more nasty place than I did when I was living with them. And her hair was so long and ugly and would just fall out of her head everywhere she stepped. And she did not sweep. You can't help it if your hair falls out. You can sweep it up though. Oh, luxury bad tippers. Whoa, if you have a luxury bag or a luxury jacket or a luxury shoe. I had this one family that had 3 kids. 2 of them were wearing Prada. 1 of them was wearing Fendi, different designer shoe. She was wearing a Prada jacket, fancy jewelry, Chanel shoes. First of all, learn about taste. Not at the level where I can just look at something and clock and be like, oh, that's Prada. The reason I knew it was Prada is because it said it on it. Prada jacket and your Chanel sneakers, you're unfashionable. You don't deserve that amount of money to spend on clothing like that. And then didn't tip as well. Fuck you. You piss me off. Loser's advice. Ooh. Who are you to give me advice? If your life's not better than mine, shut up. Not always. It's good to hear different perspectives and all that stuff. It's like love advice. I don't need any love advice. My opinion's not going to change. I don't need your advice on how to find a man. Especially if it's something about my standards, once again. Well, I've seen the person you're dating or the person that you're married to. I'm going to keep my standards the same. And she's not a loser. She's not a loser. She's actually an amazing person. But her dating advice, I'm like, I cannot take dating advice because I see who you're with and I don't want to be with anybody like that. Finally, what else do I have? Posting children. I think that goes without saying. I understand having kids and wanting to like post a video of them or something. Like, I get that. We live on the internet, yada, yada, yada. Everything's not going to be covered with a star emoji or whatever. Remember what society, what you live in, where you live in. Don't be like, it's not my fault that other people sexualize my kids. No one's saying it's your fault that people are sexualizing your kids. It's just odd that you're posting your kids on a platform where you know there are freaks out here that are gonna sexualize them. Do your kids need a birthday post? Like, they don't see it. I don't know, whatever. I don't have kids. Maybe my opinion changes because I post my cats a whole bunch, so they don't see that. Kind of just to brag that I have cute cats. Maybe that's how parents feel sometimes. They're just trying to brag like I have cute kids. Censorship. I understand that everything has to be safe for advertisements and all that stuff, but oh my god, can we have deep conversations again? Or SA and ED and little phrases like that trickle down into our actual thoughts. And we actually say things in real life to actual people. And we say, I was SA'd last night. Or some shit like that. For an example. Or I'm recovering from a really bad ED. It's like, whoa, words matter. Let's use our big girl words, okay? Oh my god, the fact that my eye is still swollen, I can't open it as wide, I'm so fucking pissed. There we go. Well, whatever. But the fact that, like, people don't, what was I saying? I don't say that in, like, a MAGA kind of way. Short seasons. Can we bring back television? Oh my gosh. I Love LA. It had, 10 episodes? Was it maybe just 8? Heated Rivalry only had 6. I understand Heated Rivalry having a very few because it's more of an almost, limited series. They based it on a book. They wanted to get one book out. They did not have a lot of money. call it a day with 6 episodes. I understand that. But like everything, and even like big stuff, like Peacock's The Paper. How many episodes was that? It was no more than 10. I at least know that. I Love LA. I think there was also just 10 episodes. Adults or Adulting on Hulu, FX Hulu. Like what, 10 episodes or something? It's like, I'm getting into a show. Let me get into it. And now I have to wait an entire year for another season. I forgot all of the characters by then. Let's bring back 20 episodes per season, or however much there used to be, okay? And that goes back to like getting rid of AI. Hire real fucking writers. They want to write 20 episodes. Writers want to write. They want to write so much. Let them write it. Have it edited well. Get it under a director. Tell them to cut out lines if it's not funny and put something funnier there instead, okay? Workshop shit and then give us television. People love watching TV. You think they don't because they're always scrolling on TikTok, but they will watch an episode of old television on TikTok. So give them something to watch now, and you will see how quickly they will go and watch that show. And then if it's bad, cancel the season. That's fine. Shows get canceled all the time. But when it's good, and you'll know it's good because people will watch it, make sure they get 20 episodes. All the stuff I just mentioned, I Love LA, Heated Rivalry, Adults, The Paper, all of that, I get it's all season 1, fine. But season 2, all of those shows, I want at least 5 more episodes. The Paper should, by season 2, I want 20 episodes, actually. Same thing with St. Dennis. St. Dennis has a good amount of episodes, but I want more in season 3. Oh, and finally, giving up. Giving up pisses me off too. Because you see it in your friends. I see it in myself. You see when people are just having a hard time over and over and over again, that they just want to give up on the dream. It pisses me off because you see so much potential in them. Potential in them. Create what you must create. Do what you need to do. Keep doing it and accept the fact that you may never be rewarded for it. You may never be rewarded for it. Don't do it for the rewards. Do it because you need to. Because there's a guttural force, as in your stomach is rumbling. And that's if you do what you must do. Whatever that is. If you need to write. And if you don't want to write anymore, stop, but do something else you need to do. Don't just coast by. There's so many brilliant people I see, and I'm not saying everyone needs to be in a fucking museum or have their own TV show or makeup line and fashion line and shoe brand and yada, yada, yada. That's not what I'm saying. But I see people like real poets that don't write poetry because they just don't have time to. No, bitch. If you need to get on a voice memo and and do some text-to-speech shit, do some text-to-speech shit then. Write what you need to write down. You are a fucking poet. Write some poetry. Some things I love. Being online. All of this, people maybe have read this and said, you need to go outside and touch you need to go outside and touch grass. I touch grass all the time. You know what I'm saying? More than that, I enjoy recording myself. Like this, I may never upload this. There's so many videos I record and never upload. When I was a kid and I would make imaginary YouTube videos, okay? I would do get ready with me's that no one would see because I just enjoy doing it. That's not going to change. It's not that I'm not living the moment. It's that I enjoy doing this. Okay, with that being said, I enjoy core videos. Edits, I love edits. I love core edits specifically. They make me feel something. And I know I should get feelings from other stuff as well. But this is another way I also get feelings. I'm not saying social media and being on your phone and stuff isn't bad at extreme levels. It is. Most of us could do with being online less. 100%. 100%. But I do not think that means I cannot enjoy when I am online. The last thing I love, family, yada, 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 whatever, okay? Family, friends, bullshit, okay? But anyways, back to things that don't matter. But this is something I love. The ending of Midnight Gospel. If you have not seen Midnight Gospel on Netflix, go watch it. If you don't have Netflix, you can find a way to watch shit. Come on. That's not an excuse. People that are saying, oh, I didn't watch that show, I don't have Netflix. Bitch, that's not a good excuse. Don't pretend like you suddenly forgot how to look up XYZ, watch this for free, episode 1, season 2. Like, you know how to find stuff online for free. Do what you need to do to watch it. Midnight Gospel is fabulous. But the ending of it, I'm going to tear up. It's okay. Yo, everything circles back to this. I always talk about one of my favorite books. It's called In, and it's written by the same guy who illustrates for the New Yorker. I believe the book's in the other room. I'm not gonna go get it, but I love the ending of that book so much because it's about this guy who wants to get to know people, to want to get inside somebody's mind, right? And by the end of it, spoiler alert, if you're going to read it, go read it, spoiler alert, okay? Spoiler, I'm spoiling it. Okay, by the end, his mother dies from cancer, which sucks. And he's so obviously distraught about it. And he's looking at the doctor, and he says, the doctor's trying to comfort him. And there was tea with the doctor. I'm trying not to spoil too much. The doctor's trying to comfort him. And he just looks at her and says, I wanted to get to know her. And, I'm going to tear up. It's my favorite book. I had to read it in college. I was like, a graphic novel for college. I'm going to read this the day before the test. And I did. And the day before the test, I was like boo-hooing, crying. I was like, shit, let me call my mom. I want to get to know her. It's interesting how I think that also correlates now even better with social media, the way we are trying to understand people through a screen. It's interesting. And it wasn't that his mom and him didn't have a good relationship. It's just he never understood her totally. And a part of me is like, that's okay. Sometimes my mom or my dad will say something about my mom and my dad, right? It's like my mom will say something about my dad. If I'm super mad at my dad and she's going to say something that's like, you don't understand him the way I understand him. And I'll be like, what? I've known him my whole life. But she's known him longer. You know what I'm saying? And so those things that pisses me off so much that my dad may do, that my mom is like, this is just who he is. At some point we have to accept people for who they are, right? And whenever she says stuff like that, it's a part of me is like, there's so many moments in my mom's life that involves my father that I don't even know about. And then even more than that, there's so many parts of my mom's life that I don't know about. Like, obviously, when my mom was a kid, what was that like? I think that about that a lot with my mom and dad as a kid. They tell me stories about them growing up and stuff. And I know some stories, the same stories that your parents would tell over and over and over and over and over again. And it's still like, sometimes I'll go home for Thanksgiving or something, and they'll tell the same story they told 20 times. They tell it every year or every Thanksgiving, something like that, right? But they added one more detail that you've never seen, and it changes this, or you never heard, and it changes the story entirely, or it adds so much to the story, and now you have 20 more questions, and you realize, oh my God, I'm just getting to know you. I've known them my whole lives, and I'm just now getting to know them. And now the older they get, the more I'm like, oh my God, when am I going to understand? And so now let's lead to Midnight Gospel, what I was saying. The ending of Midnight Gospel, unfortunately, did not get renewed for season 2. That's something about Netflix. Netflix loves ending shows before renewing them. Whatever. I think Midnight Gospel still ended at a fine spot. It's fine, whatever. It's less of a story complex show. It's more of a episodic podcast is the best way to describe it. It was interesting because this video, the audio, was recorded when the podcaster, his mom was alive. He's having a conversation with his mom. But the time this episode comes out, it's clear that his mom is dead. And so the way they make it, speaking to his mom, she's going through death. I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry actually, because it's fabulous. And I understand. It's interesting because he's trying to get to know his mom, and his mom is answering every question. She's not keeping any secrets, right? She wants to let him know everything. At some point, it's clear, I think, to him and to her, that there's only gonna be so many questions he can ask until he can't ask anything else, until she's gone. And at some point, I'm gonna tear up. You kind of have to accept that you're never gonna get all your questions answered, and that you won't be able to answer all questions. And the reason I like episodes and shows and stuff like that, like Midnight Gospel and the book In, is because the way they talk about death in both instances, it does have to relate to moms. And I feel like the relationship I have with, and I feel like out of everyone in this entire planet, I truly do think I love my mom the most. Like, I love, if you told me rank my family, it's like, I love my family. What are you talking about? But if someone put a gun against my head and said, rank your family now, I may have to fight with who gets number 2. But 100% mom gets number 1. And it's interesting. And I feel like that may be how it is for a lot of people. I feel like moms, it's moms. Not saying everyone has an amazing mom, okay? Jesus, right? But to have the mother character in both of these stories kind of accept their fate at some point, comforts me a little bit, because I understand. Okay. The mothers accept their fate, and it's usually their kids. In both storylines, it's their sons that are trying to grapple with accepting their mom dying. And that's something I'll have to accept at some point in my life as well. Hopefully in the very distant future. I don't know if it could ever be distant enough. But I like seeing how other people handle it. I guess it's like a good practice. And I feel like so many different people's moms have so many great words of wisdom for me to take in. And I could yap forever about how much I love how moms are portrayed in the media. And sometimes they're not portrayed well, and you get what I'm saying. But good moms are really good. And the last episode of Midnight Gospel is fabulous. And so is In. Go read In. I went through not crying. Every time I was like, don't cry. Look at how pretty you look in the mirror. Is that the video? I'm happy we're ending at a good note. I'm happy I wrote about some things I love. I'm going to check the things I love instead of crossing them out. Yay. Maybe we'll do more things I hate. Probably not. They're going to get repetitive. Just remember, whenever I speak on here, I speak hyperbolically. Like, I may say jokingly I'm a misandrist or whatever, but I barely, okay? I love men. I want to marry a man. Yada, yada, yada. You motherfuckers piss me off sometimes. Body image, I know I mentioned, I apologize if I made anyone uncomfortable about that. It makes me uncomfortable as well. It's something I am also walking through. I know I don't need to talk about it so flamboyantly. What else did I talk about? What else did I say in here that I may want to apologize about? Sports, I already feel like I apologized as I was talking about it. I like sports. People that are ashy, I understand everyone doesn't see themselves the way I see them. I care a lot about beauty and stuff and all that stuff. Not because beauty is the most important thing, but it's because it's something I care about a lot. Working with artists, on TikTok, I do want creators to be able to create, okay? I'll do better. Annoying voices. I have an annoying voice. spitting sounds, clicking sounds, all that stuff. I'm sure this is like an OCD thing. I'm self-diagnosing myself right now with OCD. Censorship, just because I don't like censorship does not mean I don't understand censorship. I'm not saying I want to come onto TikTok and see somebody's dick and balls. Oh, I mentioned wanting to have dick and balls. I do understand that there are people, intersex people that exist, okay? Cats and dogs. I love cats. I love dogs. TikTok comment section. Everyone's has the right to their own opinion. Celebrity worship. I'm sure I worship things that don't matter as well. Yeah, I don't have any apology to say about roommates. Fuck that. Ads, yeah, fuck ads. I hate ads. I say settling. If you're in love with someone, I don't mean that, okay? Love is obviously bigger than looks and all that stuff, okay? Than looks and money and yada, yada, yada. You know if you're happy. If you're happy, then I'm happy for you. I'm never gonna not be happy for you. Losers, advice, everyone's just trying to help. Okay. Is that everything? Teslas. Fuck Teslas. Fuck Elon Musk. Ignorance. I'm not saying I dislike people that are uneducated. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying people that are willfully ignorant, okay? When you know you don't know stuff and you don't care. And it matters. Stuff that matters. Flip-flops when it's cold outside. You can wear whatever you want. I think my point was made. A lot of things piss me off. I know a lot of that stuff doesn't matter. I love a lot more things, but those videos don't get as many views, do they? Our next video will be about things I love. The list will be so long. It'll be such a long video. I love so much. Okay? One thing I love is you guys, all of you. I hope you all have an amazing 2026. I'm excited to see what comes. I'm excited to see the new TV that comes out, the new clothing, the new makeup styles, the next trends. I'm excited to see what we're going to be doing here on the internet and what's going on this planet. I'm excited for life. I'm excited to live, and I hope you are as well. And if you're not, I hope that excitement comes to you. Okay? Now I am about to watch Real Housewives Season 1, Episode 3. With my friends and my sister, and we're gonna watch the new season of RuPaul's Drag Race. This is gonna be the first time I've ever watched a season of RuPaul's Drag Race starting from episode 1 going to the end. I'm very excited. Yeah, I think that's it. I love you. If you think I was talking about you in this video, I probably was not. Okay? Text me if you think I really was talking about you. I probably am not, and I will tell you who I'm talking about.